Starter calls the entries in behind the Home Hardware Building Center starting gate. It's post time.
Tonight's fifth race has a field of 8 lining up in behind the Home Hardware Building Center starting gate. Let's return to track announcer Joe Kelly.
Race number 5 has Pacific Dunes, top of her trade, Big Engine, Mr. Laz, Little Tags. Bet on Jessica, it's up to you, and Be's terrific. They're off. That's top of her trade, getting the first call. At the rail is Pacific Dunes away second, outside Big Engine third. Crossing over, Little Tags looks for a spot at the rail in 4. On her in 5th is Mr. Laz, grabbing a seat. Bet on Jessica in the 6th spot, back in 7. It's up to you, and Be's terrific is the early trailer. They start down the backstretch on their way to the opening panel, led by top of her trade out there by 2 lengths. Big Engine is sitting in the pocket. Next in line, Pacific Dunes gets away third, followed by Little Tags in the 4th spot. At the rail in 5, that is Mr. Laz. Campaigning the rail in 6 is Bet on Jessica. Back in 7, it's up to you. Has 1 beaten in the early going. That's Beast Terrific, who's underway in the outside in 8. 28 and 3 was the opening quarter as they make their way off the top turn. Out front, top of her trade has the lead. Here comes Big Engine to challenge on the outside second as they swing off the turn. Pacific Dunes is pacing at the rail third, angled off the rail to the outside, gap in the cover fourth. These Little Tags. Then racing third over in 5 is Mr. Laz. Inside, saving ground, Bet on Jessica from 6. Back in 7 is Beast Terrific, and it's up to you is now the trailer in 8. Continuing on to the 5/8, the half, reached in 59 and 1. Top of her trade, still in control. A 3/4 length lead. Outside, grinding it out first over is Big Engine second. Inside, locked up in the box is Pacific Dunes third. Well situated, and now stepping 3 wide from 4. That is Little Tags as they make their way on past the 3/4. They're stacked up 3 high, and it's still top of her trade, clinging to that lead. But here comes Little Tags 3 wide, now up to challenge as they head to the 7/8. 129 and 2 was the 3/4, and Little Tags putting a neck in front with less than an 8 to come. Trying to fight back is top of her trade at the rail second. Now with room to the outside goes Pacific Dunes third. They straighten out for the stretch drive, led home by Little Tags. On the inside is Pacific Dunes, and up the passing lane, Bet on Jessica, but Little Tags will prevail here in the 5th. Turning back, Pacific Dunes and Bet on Jessica. Mile in 159 and 4.
Here comes a slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 5th race. Top of her trade went to the front, 28 and 3, the half in 59 and 1. Going to 3/4 with some 3 wide movement. Little Tags went 3 wide. Up the backstretch going to 3/4, and here is the stretch drive. We see Little Tags coming to the front here to win this one in 159 and 4. First win of the season, 15th career. My top choice, Pacific Dunes, in there for second, up for third, close on the line, but looked like maybe Bet on Jessica. But we're going to see Little Tags and Darren Crow. They're heading to the winner's circle next.
Fifth race winner, Little Tags, now back in the winner's enclosure. 10-year-old Gillet's done it better than Cheddar out of the firm Friend Dam, Bubbles Promise. Owned and trained by Pam Moore of Truro. Driven to victory this evening by Darren Crow. Little Tags in 1:59 and 4/5.